it's 20.
Yes, I know.
And so what?
What do you mean, sir?
If we sign, madam, you are big here. Let's not behave like small children.
Nabana, you children.
Don't misquote me. Why I said no last time, it was because it was not possible to release the funds because he was not dead yet. But now that he's dead, we have to make the proper documentation for our, reputation, and also, your money has to be seen that you're under person.
For Christ's sake, don't make my life so difficult, yeah?
Okay, okay.
Just sign. A signature should take years, honestly.
Hello everybody, this week for the very first time at 21 hours, catch me, Maggie, live with Mama Chikamoneka for a live interaction. In this interaction, we get to hear about your burning questions, everything that you've wanted to ask. And if maybe you just wanted to talk to Mama Chikamoneka, of course, catch us this Thursday live at 21 hours where Bmtv, channel 114 on Topstar. Call in, text us, so that you get to have the answers, the satisfaction. So, on this program, we're going to give you that privilege so that you can ask ya jama question ya mafuno funsa mufuno ochita find out kuti ivini bwanji. You're going to do that on our live interactions, and you will definitely catch us live on Facebook at 21 hours and also on YouTube at 21 hours. Keep the time, 21 hours on Thursday. Facebook at Bmtv channel 114 and on YouTube Bmtv Zambia.
Abakashana bashinonshi kutabeshi byokusunga bashitata twale basunga buli nwakale nista bale pondokera besu ni pamulando wakwa twale kota respect twale chindika abalume besu twale bepikire fyakulya fyalinga baleria panganda umwa umyala filwa shani ukuya bedroom pyanga ni 70 box and 70.
See you on Thursday at 21 hours. Bye.
Good evening, Zambia, and welcome to your front row seats to the stories shaping the country and the globe.
We're live at 18 hours on Bmtv, Topstar channel 114, on Facebook, Bmtv Zambia, channel 114, on YouTube, Bmtv Zambia, and streaming live here on www.bmtvzambia.com. Wherever you're tuned in, we're glad that you are with us. Tonight, we get into the headlines and the stories in detail right after. Do stay with us. Government reaffirms commitment to boost seed sector. Ministry of Education signs MOU to strengthen inclusive education. The Ministry of Health launches policy and performance review meeting. And in international news, in Sudan, sexual violence is a weapon among many. With sports, Ghana cuts ties with head coach Otto. To present the news in details, my name is Tamwani Nkata. Agriculture Minister Honorable Ruben Mutolo says government remains committed to strengthening Zambia's seed sector as a key driver of food security and economic growth. Speaking during the ZamSeed Partnership Day Field Day, Mr. Mutolo noted that the quality seed is critical in achieving high agricultural productivity and meeting national production targets. He revealed that Zambia produced over 178,000 metric tons of maize in 2005, with more than 88,000 metric tons exported, highlighting the country's growth in growing regional seed supply. Mr. Mtolo said government is focusing on improving seed regulation, prompting experts, investing in research and enhancing access to quality seed through programs such as Farmer Input Support Program. He added that Zambia is well positioned to become a reliable seed supplier in the region due to its favorable climate and strong research systems. The minister further encouraged partnerships between ZamSeed, farmers, and international stakeholders to accelerate agricultural transformation. Mr. Mtolo also reaffirmed government support for ZamSeed, describing it as a strategic national asset in achieving the country's agricultural growth. The Ministry of Education has signed a memorandum of understanding with Special Hope Network aimed at enhancing inclusive and equitable education in Zambia. Speaking during the signing ceremony, Permanent Secretary for Educational Services, Dr. Kelvin Mambwe, said the partnership marks a significant step towards ensuring that no child is left behind in accessing education. Dr. Mambwe noted that the collaboration will focus on strengthening teacher capacity, improving inclusive curricula, promoting community sensitization to reduce stigma, and establishing monitoring systems to ensure sustainability. More details from this report.
Support learners and teachers, very important, particularly learners with intellectual disabilities. Was quite difficult. It can be quite a challenge to teach, and that's the reason why specialized training becomes extremely important. So adapting and enhancing curricula, which I spoke to ensure inclusivity and responsiveness to diverse learning needs. Promoting community sensitization in order to address stigma and discrimination. Again, I spoke to where kids are kept in the homes for fear of stigma and discrimination. And establishing effective monitoring and evaluation frameworks to ensure accountability and sustainability of these interventions that are being put in place. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, let me underscore that this partnership is built on mutual complementarity, and the Ministry of Education will continue to provide policy direction or guidance, oversight, and integration of activities within the school system. Special Hope Network will contribute technical expertise, capacity building, and community-level engagement to support implementation.
Meanwhile, President of Special Hope Network, Eric Nelson, said the organization remains committed to ensuring inclusive education for all children following the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding with the Ministry of Education. Mr. Nelson said the agreement represents a shared vision to ensure that every child in Zambia, regardless of their abilities, is given the opportunity to learn and thrive. He noted that for over 15 years, Special Hope Network has worked with families and communities witnessing the potential of children with intellectual disabilities and the impact of specialized education and support. More details from this report.
Stigma with understanding, and empower advocacy clubs so that inclusion is championed by the learners themselves. This MOU is a collective promise to move from intention to action. It is a promise to be dedicated teacher who strive to reach every learner, to the parents who dream of a bright future for their children, and to the children themselves who deserve an education that recognizes their unique strengths and nurtures their God-given potential. We extend our deepest gratitude to the Ministry of Education for your visionary leadership and trusting us as a partner in this critical mission. Your commitment to fostering equitable and supportive education system is the very foundation upon which we build. I am confident that this partnership will serve as a model for inclusive collaboration across Zambia and beyond.
The Ministry of Health has officially launched the Policy and Performance Review meeting at the Mulungushi International Conference Center in Lusaka. Speaking during the event, the ministry's permanent secretary highlighted the importance of the meeting, stating that it provides a critical platform for accessing progress, strengthening accountability, and improving service delivery in the health sector. More details from this clip.
Healthcare workers in our health facilities so that they are able to respond, be it to emergencies and continue to have the routine services running at the same time. So these are some of the things that we've heard repeatedly, and we hope that these are the meetings in which we can discuss and come up with ways in which to make sure these areas are cemented. I have just a few examples to give you. First of all, the President of the Republic of Zambia, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, has directed that we should have maternity annexes in all our health facilities.
And other global competing pressures, including the wars that were referenced. For countries like ours, this presents both challenges and opportunities.
Meanwhile, the Churches Health Association of Zambia, CHAS, has commended the government for engaging stakeholders in consultations surrounding the Memorandum of Understanding between Zambia and the United States of America. CHAS noted that the consultative approach is key to enhancing national health security and ensuring inclusive decision-making. The organization further expressed satisfaction with the increased allocation to the health sector, describing it as a positive step towards improving healthcare services across the country. More details from this clip.
Domestic funding for health, and we're very happy that this year the allocation to the health sector increased. However, we are concerned that inflexible, ring-fenced spending for some health areas may lead to moving resources from other equally important health investments, such as cancer screening and treatment, kidney failure treatment, and non-communicable diseases, to mention but a few. There is had to be a health system with good data, ladies and gentlemen. Epidemic preparedness, HIV, TB, and malaria indicators, but neglected infrastructure and worsening health outcomes in areas such as cancer, mental health, kidney disease failure, to mention but a few. Therefore, we recommend co-financing requirements that recognize that Zambia has a fiscal space which is constrained by deficit and competing but equally important health investment areas.
President Hakainde Hichilema has officially officiated at the opening of the new Zambia National Building Society, ZNBS, head office in Lusaka. The ceremony marks a significant milestone in the country's financial and housing sector, with the new office expected to enhance service delivery and support access to affordable housing. Speaking during the event, the president emphasized the need for infrastructure development and improved urban planning, calling for efforts to decongest Lusaka and promote orderly growth. More details from this report.
Let me say that, yes, this building is appropriate, this location is appropriate. But important thing is that now we're here. Now that we're here, we tick that box. The important thing going forward is delivering our mandate, your mandate, to accelerate housing development, affordable housing, as you have heard, and not to focus on Lusaka only. Lusaka is not Zambia. Zambia is not Lusaka. Not to focus on Lusaka only, I repeat. One of the things I shared with the team in the briefing room up there is that this government, please be part of the vision of this government. Be part of the vision of this government. And see your feet, your space in that vision. The vision of this government is to distribute development across the country. Across the country. We want to decongest Lusaka. Yes, we want to improve Lusaka. No question about it. But we want to decongest. We don't want a young guy, professional. Their aspiration in life is to live in Lusaka. Their aspiration in life is connected, interwoven to the assumption that you can only get good quality housing in Lusaka. As you know, Lusaka has some of the worst housing.
Leader of the Tonse Alliance, Brian Mundubile, has called on authorities in Zambia to allow the burial of former President Edgar Lungu, stressing the need for dignity and respect for the bereaved family. Mundubile said it is painful for the family to continue mourning without laying their loved one to rest, adding that the delay is unfair and emotionally distressing. Meanwhile, the Tonse Alliance leader expressed optimism over the growth of the alliance, noting the decision by some opposition members to join his political movement as a sign of unity and progress. More details from this report.
Upon our women to come forth and aspire for positions. Come forth. Be counted. Be part of this movement that many Zambians have been looking forward to. A movement that is going to liberate Zambia. A movement that is going to unite Zambia. And as the second vice president described Tonse, here we'll make sure that you feel at home. Whether you joined 5 years ago or you joined yesterday, you are here to feel at home. So ladies and gentlemen, many of us have been grappling with one thing. We all know that our 6th Republican president still remains unburied. We have tried to remain quiet with the hope that our friends in government will find it fitting, will find it within their hearts to think about the grieving family, to think about the many friends of ECL, and be able to make a decision and allow the wishes of the family and the wishes of the deceased to prevail so that we can finally put President Edgar Lungu to rest. We continue to pray for the family as we implore government to move expeditiously and ensure that we give respect to our late president by giving him a decent burial whilst respecting.
We now take our first commercial break and return with international news.
Hello, everybody. This week, for the very first time at 21 hours, catch me, Maggie, live with Mama Chikamoneka for a live interaction. In this interaction, we get to hear about your burning questions, everything that you've wanted to ask. And if maybe you just wanted to talk to Mama Chikamoneka, of course, catch us this Thursday live at 21 hours, where Bmtv, channel 114 on Topstar. Call in, text us, so that you get to have the answers, the satisfaction. So, on this program, we're going to give you that privilege so that you can ask ya question ya mafuno funsa mufuno ochita find out kuti ivini bwanji. You're going to do that on our live interactions, and you will definitely catch us live on Facebook at 21 hours and also on YouTube at 21 hours. Keep the time, 21 hours on Thursday. Facebook at Bmtv channel 114 and on YouTube Bmtv Zambia.
Abakashana bashino shkutabeshi byokusunga bashitata twale basunga bwino wakale nishita wale pondo kera besu. Ni pamula ndo kwa twale kwa respect. Twale chindi kabalume besu, twale bepikire fya kulie fya linga, baleria. Panganda umwa umyala fwa shani ukuya. Bedroom upyanga ni 70. Ashama box and 70.
See you on Thursday at 21 hours. Bye.
Welcome back. You're still watching the BMTV News at 18 hours. And now for international news. Sudan's paramilitary rapid support forces and allied militias are using sexual violence as a weapon of war in Darfur to control civilians, medical charity Doctors Without Borders said on Tuesday. The Sudanese army and RSF have been locked in a brutal conflict since April 2023, and that has killed 10,000s of people, displaced around 11 million people, and has been marked by widespread sexual violence. By January 2024 and November 2025, at least 3,396 survivors of sexual violence, 97% of them women and girls, sought treatment at facilities supported by MSF in North and Southern Darfur. The figure is only a fraction of the true scale of atrocities MSF warned in its report, which documented numerous testimonies using medical data revealing the deliberate nature of sexual violence in Darfur. Survivors have frequently and clearly identified those responsible as RSF fighters, the report says. More news in this clip.
As the war in Sudan approaches, the charity Doctors Without Borders said on Tuesday that sexual violence has become a weapon for the rapid support forces and its allies in Sudan. But it is a weapon that reaches far beyond the battlefield.
South Darfur is not in the front line. We're really far away from it. And still, all the sexual assault, out of it, we talk about 68% of the sexual assault has been perpetrated by armed men, non-civilians. When we go to North Darfur, far closer to the front line, we're reaching the number of 95% of the rape has been done by men with weapon at gunpoint. Most of them was gang rape.
The charity said that survivors' testimonies showed that the RSF was mostly responsible for sexual assaults.
Women and girls contribute to 97% of the survivors, which was 3,396. So 97% of these women and young girls, of which a greater percentage or a greater number is linked to the Rapid Support Forces, which is the RSF. This is not just a word, but these are testimonies given to us in the clinics by the survivors who come to our hospital.
The figures collected by the charity, however, likely only show a small part of the true scale of sexual violence in Sudan. The country's civil war is entering its 4th year this April.
The UN interim force in Lebanon on Monday said 2 of its personnel were killed in an explosion that hit their convoy, with 2 others injured. This development follows news that a news peacekeeper was killed in southern Lebanon in a separate attack on Sunday. France 24 has more details.
It marks the latest fatal incident involving UN forces in Lebanon. On Monday, the UN peacekeeping mission in the country said 2 of its personnel were killed in an explosion.
This morning, 2 Indonesian peacekeepers lost their lives in an explosion that hit a UNIFIL logistic convoy, destroying their vehicle near Bani Hayyan in Sector East. 2 more peacekeepers were injured, 1 seriously. The origin of the explosion has not been determined.
It comes after another Indonesian peacekeeper was killed on Sunday when a projectile of unknown origin struck southern Lebanon. UNIFIL said it had launched probes to determine what happened in both cases. The spokesperson for the UN Secretary-General called for accountability.
Attacks on peacekeepers, as we've been saying quite a bit, is a grave violation of international humanitarian law and of Security Council Resolution 1701 and may amount to war crimes. There will need to be accountability.
UNIFIL was established by the UN Security Council in 1978. Since then, it has acted as a buffer between Israel and Lebanon. The peacekeeping force patrols the de facto border between the 2 countries in collaboration with the Lebanese army. Hundreds of peacekeepers have been killed since the mission was created, according to UN data. The latest deaths come not long after the Israeli military announced it would ramp up ground and air attacks against the Iran-backed militant group Hezbollah. According to the UN, since the 2nd of March, more than 1,200 people in Lebanon have been killed in the escalation in hostilities between Israel and Hezbollah.
We take our last commercial break, and when we return, sports news.
Hello everybody. This week, for the very first time at 21 hours, catch me, Maggie, live with Mama Chikamoneka for a live interaction. In this interaction, we get to hear about your burning questions, everything that you've wanted to ask. And if maybe you just wanted to talk to Mama Chikamoneka, of course, catch us this Thursday live at 21 hours where Bmtv, channel 114 on Topstar. Call in, text us, so that you get to have the answers, the satisfaction. So, on this program, we're going to give you that privilege so that you can ask ya jama question ya mafuno funsa mufuno ochita find out kuti ivini bwanji. You're going to do that on our live interactions, and you will definitely catch us live on Facebook at 21 hours and also on YouTube at 21 hours. Keep the time, 21 hours on Thursday. Facebook at Bmtv channel 114 and on YouTube Bmtv Zambia.
Abakashana bashinonshi kutabeshibye okusunga bashitata twale basunga bulino akale nista bale pondokera besu ni pamulando akwa twale kota respect twale chindika abalume besu twale bepikire fyakulya fyalinga malaria panganda umwa omyala fiwa shani ukuya bedroom pyanga ni 70 box and 70.
See you on Thursday at 21 hours. Bye.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. And now, sports news. Otto Addo has been released from his contract as head coach of Ghana just 2.5 months before the team plays its first match at the World Cup. The Ghana Football Association have parted ways with the head coach of the senior men's team, the Black Stars. Otto Addo, effective immediately, in a statement made on their website on Monday. It gave no further details on a replacement for Addo or other reasons for the termination. The firing came after a 2-1 loss to Germany in Stuttgart on Monday. Ghana also lost 5-1 in Austria last Friday and has lost 4 friendlies in a row. More details from this report.
Ghana is cutting ties with head coach Otto Addo just 2.5 months before its first match at the 2026 World Cup. The firing comes after the team lost 4 friendlies in a row. most recently 2-1 to Germany on Monday and 5-1 to Austria last week. In a statement, the Ghana Football Association said the split was effective immediately. It gave no details on who would replace Addo or the reasons for his termination. Addo has led the team for the last 2 years and had coached on an interim basis for much of 2022, including at the World Cup in Qatar. This year marks Ghana's 5th time at the tournament. They're in Group L with Croatia, England and Panama.
And in more football news, Chipolopolo captain Fashion Sakala says football matches should be decided on the pitch and not off it. Speaking confidently, the Zambia national football team's keeper emphasized that fairness and performance must remain at the heart of the game. Sakala added that the players are ready to prove themselves through action, urging focus and unity as the team prepares for upcoming fixtures. More details from this report.
We're very excited obviously for this game. You know, we're playing against the world champions. But to be honest, we all know how tough this game will be, and we know how great the Argentinian national team is. I don't know much about the local league, but few teams, few clubs that I know, and few players that I know in the local league, but I don't know much about it, to be honest. Yeah, thank you. I watched the game. I think Mauritania tried their best as well. I think a lot of people expected it to be maybe 6-0 or 7-0 game, but I think they showed their character, they showed their hard work, and they did so well. To be honest, it was 2-1 result, but I think it was a very interesting game. And these days you can tell that football can only be decided on the pitch. I think it shows that even the smallest countries, they have the chance to beat the greatest countries in football history. But to be honest, that game motivated us after watching the game. We can believe and feel that we also have a chance to get something.
As we end the news tonight, we take a recap on the stories that made headlines. Government reaffirms commitment to boost seed sector. Ministry of Education signs MOU to strengthen inclusive education. And the Ministry of Health launches policy and performance review meetings. In international news, Sudan, sexual violence is a weapon among many. And sports news, Ghana cuts ties with head coach Otto. Well, that brings us to the end of tonight's news bulletin. We sincerely thank you, our valued viewers, for choosing to stay informed with us. Your trust and continued support means everything. A big appreciation also goes to our dedication production crew working tirelessly behind the scenes and our reporters on the ground who bring you accurate and timeless stories every day. From all of us here at BMTV, thank you for being a part of our broadcast. My name is Temwani Nkata. Keep watching BMTV. Good evening.
Hello everybody. This week, for the very first time at 21 hours, catch me, Maggie, live with Mama Chikamoneka for a live interaction. In this interaction, we get to hear about your burning questions, everything that you've wanted to ask. And if maybe you just wanted to talk to Mama Chikamoneka, of course, catch us this Thursday live at 21 hours where BMTV, channel 114 on Topstar. Call in, text us, so that you get to have the answers, the satisfaction. So, on this program, we're going to give you that privilege so that you can ask ya jama question ya mafuno funsa mufuno ochita find out kuti vini bwanji. You're going to do that on our live interactions, and you will definitely catch us live on Facebook at 21 hours and also on YouTube at 21 hours. Keep the time, 21 hours on Thursday. Facebook at BMTV channel 114 and on YouTube BMTV Zambia.
Abakashana bashinonshi kutabeshi byokusunga bashitata twale basunga buli nwakale nishita bale pondokera besu. Ni pamulando wakwa twale kota respect. Twale chindika abalume besu, twale bepikire fyakulya fyalinga baleria. Panganda umwa umyala filwa shani ukuya. Bedroom upyanga ni 70. Ashama box and 70.
See you on Thursday at 21 hours. Bye.
Good evening and welcome. This is Simply Frank. Thank you very much for the good things you've been saying about the show and indeed about
as we are worshiping God. Salvation is here. Healings are taking place in the house. I want us to call on the name of Yahweh. For how can you come to this place and go back the same? Iseni Yahweh. Munda piyama lwele. Iseni Yahweh. Muchinje fintu mumwe wandi. Is there anything that is too hard for the Lord? He's not far from us. He's here. All you need is to talk to him. Invite him in your life. Invite him in your space. Tell him, I need you now. Iseni. I've depended on my own strength. Now come in my affairs. Come in my business. Come in my marriage. Come in my ministry.